What it is, what it ain't, what it was, and what it's going to be. Welcome to KJ's World in a Unique Universe. I'm your host, KJ Davenport. And I would like to say that my lovely host, Uniquely Made, cannot be here tonight. I do apologize for that, but we do have some wonderful guests in the building tonight. We're going to get to that in just a second. However, I do want to remind you that if you are not a part of KJ's World Unique Universe social group, please go join the app, join the social group, join in on all the live conversations, come in and join us. Hey, it's a good time. We come on live on Thursdays at 9 p.m. Come in and be a part of the experience, guys. Also, we have our new phone number feature where you can call in. You can call into the line at 252 387 8684. You can call us at 252 387 8684. And also, if you have any inquiries, if you have any stories you want us to come in and you want us to talk about or give you advice on, you can be anonymous or you can leave your name. Please email us at KJ's World Unique Universe at gmail.com. That is KJ's World Unique Universe at gmail.com. All right, so we got a good show for you tonight, guys. We're going to be discussing relationship do's and don'ts. We're going to be discussing relationship do's and don'ts. So, guys, to help me discuss that, we have our first guest. Mrs. Smith is in the building. How you doing, Miss Smith? Hey, Miss Smith, how you doing? Okay, I think Miss Smith is frozen right now. We're having a couple of technical difficulties. Miss Smith, you with us? Okay. All right. So we're going to let Miss Smith um, get her technical difficulties together, and we're going to be joining our second guest. You knew him from the Good Guy Experience, man. He's back. Hey, this guy. Every time we come along, we have a great time. We got Uncle Kane in the building. What's going on, Uncle Kane?
What's good with you? Good to be here again.
Hey man, we definitely appreciate it, man. We definitely appreciate you, man. We're gonna have a great time. What's going on with Miss Smith? I thought she was old, and I'm like,
Man, I don't know, but she looking right good right there in them glasses. I don't know. I might need to go back there and see about her, like talk about it.
and if you
It's
didn't
like
know,
it done turned.
hey, if you
I
If
didn't
you
know,
can't
didn't
Mrs.
know,
tell
now you know.
anything or
Hey, Mrs. Smith and
anything
Uncle
that's
Kane,
going
happily
on.
married couple. Tell the
I
people
think
a
it's
little bit
something
about
wrong with my
yourself.
connection. Hold on.
I can hear you now.
All right, y'all good? We good? Miss Smith, can you hear us? Miss Smith, can you hear us? All right, so we're gonna let her come back. So Kane, so what's going on with you, man?
Yeah.
Tell the people what you've been up to since the last time we saw each other.
Oh man, done did a couple of things. Our new YouTube page is called the Transformed Christians,
Hey, the
and
transformed Christian.
yeah, yeah. Then obviously I'm still doing the counseling thing and the trucking thing. So it is what it is.
Okay. So where can people reach you if they want counseling or anything? They want to reach out to any one of your businesses. How can they reach you?
They can reach us at the transformchristians at gmail.com or ebonific at gmail.com. Um, Ebonific, EBONIFIC at gmail.com.
Hey man, we definitely appreciate it. Hey, Lex, we got one more guest in the building. We got the Doc. What's up, Doc? Can we rock? How you doing? Up, well, that one is going as well. But listen, guys, I wanted to
What you
talk
say?
about Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day, it came, it went. How was everybody's Valentine's Day, guys? This in the comments. Let me know, how was your Valentine's Day? What did you do? Did you do something special? Did you do it with that special person? Were you alone? Did you have a singles Valentine's Day, which is nothing wrong with that? Did you have a single Valentine's Day? So check us out in the comments. Please let us know, how was your Valentine's Day. I'll start. Um, Victor, what's going on, man? How you doing? My Valentine Day was awesome. Spent it with the wife. Came in, we watched a couple of movies. Um, we tried that Jeepers Creepers movie too. I know you're like, AJ, why you watching scary movies on Valentine's Day? But hey, it's one of those things. And I fell asleep on Jeepers Creepers, man. It won't. That really ain't my thing. So. So, Kane, what was you up to on Valentine's Day? But before you answer that, we're gonna try it one more time. We're gonna try to bring the missus back on. Mrs. Smith, how you doing?
I'm good. I
Hey,
could
there we
use
go. Now we got it right.
some
Yeah, I had to go
connection.
get it right. You know,
There you go. There you go. Mr.
call it a stroke of genius.
Uncle Kane and Mrs. Smith in the building. Tell the look. They are a married couple. If you guys didn't know, happily married. If you want to tell the people something about yourselves real quick, feel free. Up. So
Go ahead on, baby. I done did enough talking.
Well, my name is April Smith. I am the wife of Joshua Smith. Um, it's not really much about me to say, so you know, I'm here.
hey, knowing with Kane up here, we're gonna get everybody talking. Everybody's about to have a great conversation up here. Knowing Kane, we about to have a great time up here tonight. All right, so
If
we're
you
gonna try
don't know, now you know.
hey, now you know. Now we're gonna try to introduce one more time. We're gonna try to bring on the doc, everybody. How you doing, Doc? How you doing? Okay, so we're gonna let the doc get her streaming things right. So I just asked the audience what they did for Valentine's Day. Please log in, let us know what you did for Valentine's Day. What did you guys do for Valentine's Day? Was there any special Valentine's Day plans? Anything you guys did that was special?
Work.
Work.
Boy, are you look, you see all these lights and pans and drinks we got over here. Boy, I'm trying to tell you, the sexiest thing is paying the bill, boy. I'm trying to tell you.
Hey, man, you re-
Ain't nothing like it.
you remind me of Everybody Hates Chris, man. What did Dad say? Hey, it sure is easy to read with all this light. Nobody,
Yeah, exactly. Facts.
nobody appreciates it. Nobody appreciates it. All right. So look, guys, what we have now. Hey, don't forget at home. Thank you for joining us. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. We got a great topic tonight. We got relationship do's and don'ts. We have a seasoned married couple up here. I'm married myself. If the doc, the doc is back. Hold on, Doc. How you doing?
So, I'm good.
I hope
What's up,
her don't
everybody?
cut out the
Okay,
one of
I'm just
those.
making sure I'm here.
That's the old school Pornhub screen where it just buffering and buffering and buffering.
Don't let them come for you
It's
like that, Doc.
country out here. Yeah, it's country here. I'm from the city. Everybody has Wi-Fi,
Hey,
but out
so
here it's like a little bit harder.
tell the people a little bit about yourself, Doc. Tell them about yourself.
I'm a somewhat married woman. I guess I'm still legally married, but I don't know. I may be on the way out, and so I feel like I have a very diverse mindset, I guess, as far as love goes. I'm a mother and a professional and a super grown.
All right. All right, we definitely got you. All right, so moving into our topic tonight, guys. Relationship do's and don'ts. I want to start with one question. Let's start at the beginning of a relationship when two people first meet each other at home. Please feel free to answer these questions. When two people first meet each other, when two people are attracted, they see each other from across the room and they decide to go out on a date. They decide to try chivalry. Is that still a do in a relationship or is it a don't? Are gentlemen still expected to walk up to the door? Are gentlemen still expected to meet parents? Are gentlemen still expected to open doors? We'll start with you, Uncle Kane. Is chivalry still a do in a relationship?
Yes and no.
Okay. All right, let's speak on it.
All right, so look, here we go. It depends. One, it depends on like a few factors. One of them is like your attainable income and the female that, because chivalry is actually given a term given for men usually. Um, it depends on the female that you're trying to court and what you have in income. And honestly, right now in modern society, it's not even a requirement.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually seen, because nowadays, and don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with women feeling free, to pursue what they want to, but generally, a lot of times, modern day, women are actually approaching men. So they actually takes a little bit of power off them when they do that because the man is the prize at that point, not the woman.
Okay. So if the woman approaches the man and she asked to go out on a date, does the man still come pick her up? Does he still go to the door? Does he still?
Whoever has pays.
Okay. All right. So
And I'm just being real. Like me and April still date. Like April has came and say, hey, look, meet me here and pay for the meal. Like it's dope, But now she might not have to spend as much as I spend on her, but at the end of the day, it's reciprocated. So yeah, whoever asks pays.
Okay. At home, do you agree with that? Whoever asks pays. Does whether it's the man or the woman? If the man, he definitely made a good point. Sometimes women do ask men out on dates now. Does the woman pay because she asked? Whoever asks pays. How do we feel at home? Miss Smith is on you. How do you feel about that?
I mean, that's what 50 Cent said. So, I mean,
Well, 50 Cent also said he had matchstick.
Oh Lord, here we go.
anyway,
Tell us something else.
back to the subject. Really in a relationship, it should be reciprocated, and it's based on how you feel about that person. It's based on your desire for that person, to where you are kind of willing to kind of break the norms to make sure that that person does feel like they're valued and that they're important. Like with Joshua, I'll be honest, let me tell you, like our first time hanging out, I can't call it a date, but I'll tell you our first time hanging out. um I think like the first time I asked you like to hang out, we ended up going to the cookout in Suffolk. And even
Right.
though I asked, didn't you pay? Did you still pay for it? Even though I had.
That's because I like to eat. I didn't get 300 pounds by mistake. That wasn't a mistake. That happened on purpose. Like, but yeah, I did.
Okay.
But I think pretty much it is how each relationship works, because everybody's relationship is a little different. Um, so I mean, it's kind of gotten pretty broad because everybody's not doing the traditional dating, the traditional where the man asks a woman, so it's kind of broad, and I guess in a sense it's kind of what works for, the two individuals that are dating.
Okay.
So
I understand
These
that.
Negroes ain't even pumping gas no more.
Yeah, hey, right. Facebook user says it depends on what generation we're talking about. That and includes that includes women and men. Example I hear from younger women that when they go on dates, they usually expect to pay half. I agree with Mr. Smith. If I ask, I'll pay. Me, personally, I understand what you're saying, Mr. Smith, but I always got to play devil's advocate.
Go ahead.
In that traditional sense, man, I just can't see myself, even if the woman does ask me out, I'm just gonna probably still be like, okay, I got it. I'll pay for it.
Oh yeah, I'm with that. What I'm saying is to the modern generation. I ain't talking about like people our age. If you still doing that our age, there's something wrong with you.
Right. So doing what at our age?
Look, men, I understand that, like, because of a lot of social pressure, that it kind of almost wants to switch the role. No, as a man, yeah, you're responsible for maintaining that. Because if I'm gonna give ladies like a tip, whether you want it or not, if he won't pay now, he probably ain't gonna want to pay later. And I'm just being honest.
Right. Okay. Understood. Doc, how you feel about the situation? Is chivalry still expected from, is a man still expected? If you going on a date with a man, he shows up and everything like that, is he expected to come knock on your door? Is he expected to come pick you up? Or is he honking the horn? Is he like, hey, come get in the car, I'm about to roll out? Is he expected to pay? Is he expected to show you that traditional time?
I wish a nigga would.
I think it is, but like I said, it depends on the structure, I guess, like of the woman and what she's really looking for. Like, I feel like a woman that is, I guess, like investing in a person, she's going to require these things. But if you're just looking for a good time, I guess not. I
So
think, it just depends on really what you're pursuing at the time. If you're looking for a companion, these things will be, I guess, like a necessity essentially. But if you're not, you're just looking for, I'm saying, a good time and to be lit, I guess like the expectation would be lower.
okay, so a lot of people are looking for that getting lit. A lot of people aren't looking for the long-term relationship. A lot of people aren't looking to get married when they go out on dates. So I definitely understand that. So you're saying if you're just looking to go out and experience a good time per se, look at Kane's face. You're looking for a good time per se. Then it doesn't matter if the man pays. I mean, it doesn't. So let me ask this. Well, excuse me, before I start that, Kim Bowen says, I think you get the opportunity to make your own rules and expectations. Communication is a must. Facebook user says it depends if that woman you want or a sneaky link.
Exactly. Facts. See, now I'm glad somebody said it because look. All right. Are you making an investment or is it like a 5-minute fling?
Okay.
Like, and then if you're making, and I'm just saying, if it's a 5-minute fling, how much bread are you going to spend on a 5-minute fling? Because that's literally a waste of time or money. Like, I'm just saying, like, I already think that dating is dumb. So I'm a little biased. I'm going to say that. I think that dating is dumb. However, if it's an investment, it's not dumb. If my only expectation out of you is to smash, then why am I gonna spend a whole bunch of bread on that? I can go buy some Vaseline at Walmart.
not the Vaseline. Oh man, come on, Doc.
I'm just saying. Be real about it though.
Doc, you're muted. Doc, you're muted.
Who, me?
No, Doc. She was responding, but she's muted. There we go.
Sorry, it's the same thing from the aspect of a woman. Like if a woman thinks that this.
Oh, we lost the Doc again. Hopefully she'll be back. All right.
I wanted to see what she had to say.
Yeah, I wanted to know what she had to say about that one.
About that.
It looked like she was about to come with some fire though.
But
the thing about it is a lot of times, even when people do want to get that sneaky link or they want to have just a side piece, a lot of times you still paying for it. I'm seeing it on TikToks. I'm seeing it on things where people are.
I'm just saying how much.
Thousands.
Exactly. People are paying a pretty penny. So that goes into my
stupid. And I'm talking about flying chicks out too. Like that's dumb.
So that goes into my next question. Does when a man pays for something, or maybe the female in this aspect, if they pay for something, does that mean that you automatically do you automatically get cheeks? Do you automatically get the buns? Does that mean that it's automatic access to that? Uncle Kane, we'll start with you.
I'm just saying, let's go back to let's go back to she is here. Do you seriously think that tell a woman up front that you just trying to smash? Yes, I have done that. I'm just saying, I'm married now, but yes, I have done that. I don't see you, and for some reason that turns chicks on. Like, no, I do not see you as nothing long term. And for some reason, okay, well, let's do it anyway. And for some reason, they think that it's going to change because apparently they have the best vagina in the world. No. Anyway.
I was always too shy, man. I couldn't. I mean, even though that's what I wanted, if I just wanted to smash or something like that, I was always too shy to come with that straight up forward approach. Like, hey, look,
I tell you what, we got two women sitting right below us, right? Both of them can tell you if they want to, they already know that they do.
Oh, of course, of course. I mean,
it's going to be your mouth that tells them, no, I don't really want to do it.
Hold up, the man or the woman?
No, it's going to be the man's mouth that tells the woman, yeah, I probably shouldn't even mess with him.
Man, so Doc,
he said because they already want to. Like a lot of times they already want to, and you'll say something or do something, and they're like, okay, no, I ain't even feeling the situation.
Facebook user says, I treat my sneaky links good. They get their shit paid every now and then. If the man, hey, y'all are coming out tonight. Y'all are
I'm glad. I'm glad they honest. I'm just saying.
The honesty.
At least he being truthful.
Hey, and we got the co-host, we got the lady of the house in the building. We got Uniquely Made in the building. What's up, Uniquely
Hey,
Made?
Hey, Unica.
Hey,
that's who I was responding to because she said it. yeah.
I know she's sitting at home right now wishing she could be on the respond. I know she is.
She like, I know that this dude didn't say that. I wish I was there right now.
Hey, Doc, so how do you feel about that? Do you feel that if a man or a woman in that aspect, if they pay thousands of dollars, fly you out, does that automatically in a relationship, does that automatically mean that you are going to get the box? Oh, never mind. I guess that's a no.
See, like I ain't even broaching this subject right now.
Facebook user says, I agree. She shows up front I agree. She knows up front if it's on. If your ego or attitude is shit, it can cancel. Sure, bro.
That's all I'm saying. But I'm gonna tell you, and like some folks think it changed in marriage. If my attitude is tore up, I can't reasonably expect April to be, like turned on by that, where she might. It depends on how it is. But yeah, you can't reasonably expect somebody to want you if your attitude and your personality and the way that you talk and the way you carry yourself is garbage.
I agree. Ms. Smith, you got anything to add to that? I mean, how do you feel?
I would say that, I don't care how much money you pay. That's not, the okay to get the cheap. But here's the thing, when you have those discussions with that person, when you're talking about linking up and getting up, you already know what the game is. So when he flies you out there, first class, economy, whatever, he pays for your room, he pays for your food and drinks. It is with the understood intention that, hey, y'all supposed to link up, y'all supposed to smash, get the cheats, go on about your business. And I've seen times where women will get down there and then all of a sudden they change their mind when it was just understood that, hey, this is why we're here. You know what I'm saying? So, and I feel
Speaking of, we'll
guys
be
that
back there. I'll be back there in a couple of hours, I said, speaking of, we'll be back. I'll be back there in a couple of hours. You looking mighty good on that camera, girl.
Oh man. Oh my God! Oh,
Jesus Christ!
Y'all see what I gotta live with. But yeah, seriously, if it's just understood, hey hon, if it's just understood that was your intention in the first place, then I don't want to say what I really want to say because then it could probably trigger some people. But if you think that you're going to change your mind or you think that you're going to back out of it, then don't accept the plane ticket. Don't accept the hotel room. Don't have this man spending thousands of dollars because there could be a female out there, honey. She'll take it all, give him the cheeks, enjoy the ride, and that's it. So
I think.
Did y'all see that latest one, KJ?
Yes, I saw a video where a young man invited a lady out there. She was saying that she didn't want to be touched, and I'm gonna be, and people may say I'm an asshole or whatever. I do agree with his disgruntled behavior. I do agree that he was upset about it. I will tell you where I disagree. Telling her that she has to go, cutting the trip short. Okay, I agree. However, the gentleman in me, and a lot of people might not agree with this.
I would have paid that ticket back.
Exactly. I still would have made sure that young lady got back home because my conscience, even though I'm not obligated to do so, my conscience would say, hey, look, this lady she's still my responsibility because I invited her out. Now, if something happens to her while she's out there looking for a ride home, on my conscience, that's going to be on me. So even though the date might be over, I got to take that L. I'm fuming inside. I'm not saying I'm going to be, I'm fuming inside. I'm mad. But I'm like, hey, look, this is over. I see what you tried to do. You got me. It's an L. Here's your plane ticket home. Get home safe. And then I cut it out after that. But that's
KJ, you think it's another level to that though? I'm gonna tell you, like for me, And this is good, and it kind of goes back to men need to start being men again. She would have never known till she got home.
What, she would have never known. Hold on.
She
You
would
gotta
have never
elaborate
known
on
till
that.
she got home.
Known
But
what?
Because
also,
he done showed the world, like he recorded this, right? He recorded live. He literally recorded himself acting like he was in high school. No, I get the anger, but he literally recorded himself acting like he was in high school. She
Right.
wouldn't have known that I was that angry. Like men, I understand that you got to express yourself. I understand, expressing your emotions. But sometimes, yeah, it's a time and a place for everything. Just like you don't go down the street all the way naked, don't throw your emotions out on the street and be emotionally and mentally naked on the street. And
Right.
for him to do that, that was an ultimate weak move. I just I get the anger. I don't like the action. And
Exactly.
if it was one of my daughter, I would have went and seen about him. No, you ain't gonna fly my daughter out to somewhere and not get her back, and she's stranded somewhere. And if something would have happened to her, I'm trying to tell you, I know it.
Exactly.
Look, guidelines ain't gonna let me tell what I would have done if it had been one of my daughters.
Right.
but I'm gonna also make another point. If any women agree to doing that type of thing, accepting a man's invitation, make sure you have money in your own pocket. In case something goes wrong, you can carry your ass back home.
Mm.
You can get somewhere safe. You can get your own room. You can cover yourself. But a lot of these, I ain't gonna say a lot because we don't really know. But it just seems like a lot of these girls are just jumping up, taking these trips, taking these invitations, and they don't have no money to cover themselves. And that's a scary situation to put yourself as a woman in. Like
Exactly.
But
anything that
prostitution is
happens,
old.
I would need to get home. I need to make sure I got a couple of grand, couple of hundred sitting to the side to make sure I can be able to take care of myself in case things go left while I'm down here with this
Facts.
man that I haven't even known for like 2 or 3 months, never met in person, just talking online. And I
Exactly.
think in those type of situations, women really need to take care of themselves and look out for themselves.
Did y'all hear what he told? Did y'all hear what he told old girl though? We've been talking for 2 months. I was sitting up there the whole time. I'm like, 2 months? And like, I've been sending you dick pics online. I was like, in 2 months? Oh man.
I'm telling you,
So let me
that's
ask you this, guys. The
definitely
next step.
And he was brave enough to tell the world that because he posted this mess on social media.
Let me ask you this. So that brings me into my next question now. One more intimacy question. Um, do you put a time frame on intimacy in a relationship? Do's and don'ts. Uh, do you put a time frame? Do you say, hey, look, there's a 30-day rule, a 90-day rule. There's a certain time frame before you get the box or before we do this, or in relationships, is that a relationship do or is that a relationship don't? I'm always starting with Kane, and I know you itching to get to this question, Kane, but I'm gonna start with Miss Smith. Miss Smith, is that
Please
and that
start with her. I got hours on that. Go ahead.
is
I'm
there
gonna
a time
say
frame on intimacy?
I'm
Um,
gonna say everybody kind of goes their own pace with that, but I would say that there should be a time frame because you're still getting to know this person. Like it's nowadays, it's just not safe to jump into bed with any and everybody, if y'all know what I mean. Um, please, like, we're adults and I get it. We got needs and we got our wants and stuff. But if that person really wants you and is really willing to wait for you, then yeah, put a time frame on it. Kind of, your 30-day, your 60-day rule, whatever you got, or whatever. I know for me and Joshua, we actually waited till we actually got married
hey,
to
I gotta give y'all a round of
actually
applause for that. Can we
Facts.
get a round of
to
applause for waiting until
actually
man?
make it. And I'm gonna
Right,
be honest, it was the best decision that I've ever made because before, when, I would date or whatever, I felt like, okay, well, we're dating, sex is, expected, or, you have your hookups or whatever like that. But you get so emotionally invested in a person, even with sex, you get so emotionally invested, spiritually invested too
Mm,
quickly. So when it comes crashing down, it comes crashing down hard. So patience is always best, in my opinion. I know some people might not agree, but patience, waiting, and time, it is always best.
okay, so what do you say about, two people are basically feeling each other. The mood is right, the night is right, and you haven't hit that 60-day mark yet. It may be day 49, and the moon and stars are shining just right. And it's that time, do you stop that romantic outing and say, "Hey, look, it ain't 60 days yet," or do you go ahead and say it's close enough?
In the ideal world, you would just say, stop, it's not 60 days yet, but people are grown. People are going to pretty much do what they want to do. So
They gonna say, "Damn the rules."
it's going to be up to them. But, you know, maybe I'm a little old school and maybe I've had to learn that waiting and patience is everything.
Mm. We got a question from the lady of the house. We got a question from Uniquely Made. She asked, "How long did you date before you got married?"
I don't believe
We
in dating.
So, hey, elaborate on that, Uncle Kane. Just briefly, just to briefly elaborate on why you don't believe in dating, man. Because if you're gonna go a certain way with this, I can agree with you.
April, or as we gonna call you, Miss Smith. We went out a few times, didn't we?
hmm
Ate at nice restaurants. Which one of them didn't I want to be at?
Huh?
I said, which one of them did I not want to be at?
Um, Annie, I mean,
Exactly.
I don't think
I
you have a problem.
wanted to be everywhere that we went. There was no force behind it. That like, and that's why I said dating is dumb. If you have to do something that's outside of your normal purview,
Mhm.
something that you don't even like to do,
Right.
yeah, then dating is dumb.
Yeah.
Do things like that's why people date for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, get married, then figure out that they didn't even know their partner
Right. Agree.
because they were doing stuff the entire time in the dating, but they weren't doing anything that they like to do. Like when me and April was, before when we were engaged, we was at Cheesecake Factory, McCormick's here, uh, might go to the beach here, so on and so forth. But I never did anything that I don't do now if I'm not working.
Okay. I want to
You,
touch on this before we get back to the regular topic, but I do agree with what you're saying, Uncle Kane, because I don't believe in dating either. I believe in pursuing a mate. The thing is, when people go out on dates, uh, 90% of the time, if you get with that person and y'all are hanging out, you're at the house, 90% of the time, you're not going to see that person in the club outfit, in the club makeup, and the gentleman with the nice suits on. You're not going to see that part of him. Most of the time, you're going to see the guy walking around in his gray sweatpants and his wife beater on. You're going to see the lady with the hair tied up and, and things like that walking around the house. I
if
totally,
she got hair,
man, you have to cut it out if she got hair. But you're gonna see each other in that real element. So a lot of times people put up a fake facade. A lot of people, okay, this is what you presented. You presented shelling out $100 a night. You presented yourself in these great outfits, smelling like the world's greatest fragrance every night. Now you come and now you are Mr. Wife Beater in sweatpants. So I agree with you.
And you
Point.
musty.
that's what I'm saying. Like, have you ever like it's so many dudes, right? They get turned off by the females because the only thing they've ever seen them was dressed up.
Right,
They
exactly.
ain't literally, they literally ain't never hung out with them.
So look,
Like
guys, hold on, not to
they
cut
ain't
you
seen
off.
them getting off or nothing. Go ahead.
No, no, not to cut you off, but the lady of the house, she is one. She done asked 3 times. So from the first time y'all met to walking down the aisle, how long was that? Are you uniquely made? Are you asking how long they were dating from the first time you met for the first to walking down the aisle? How long was that?
So we officially started our relationship. It was July 22nd of
16.
2016,
Yeah.
16, and then he proposed to me um January 1st of 2018 on New Year's night.
Mm.
So I would say it's roughly about 2 years, a little
Hey,
less than 2 years, I
A year
think.
and a half.
Year and a half.
good stuff. Good
Yeah.
stuff.
And so then we got married June 30th of 2018.
Good stuff. Unica says, yes, those sweatpants. Don't start talking about the sweatpants because then we got to start bringing up sundresses and then it's a
I like her.
situation. You
No,
know,
I'm trying to tell you, yeah, when it
because
falls just right, I'm trying to, yeah.
I'm a married man, so I'm gonna keep this swift and
I'm a
short.
married man, so you know, yeah.
For
I ain't gonna
sundress,
talk about everything now, but you know.
it's almost time for sundress season. When that sundress get caught just right in the walking, you know. But I ain't gonna speak on that.
But yeah, that's for single women though. I don't want nobody to get no idea.
Right. Been
I
married for
ain't got
18
no
years
butt
now and have
anyway.
2 kids. Can't imagine dating in today's world. People got too many options on platforms where they don't show their true selves. Exactly, Facebook user. Unica says that's wonderful. Kane, back to the question. Do you feel like there's a time frame on intimacy? How many I mean, do you feel like there's a time frame? Do you feel that way?
Okay, I'm gonna one up that one. No.
Okay.
Is it one? No. Should it be? Yeah. But that energy needs to be kept both ways. Because very often, and a lot of people don't realize this. All right, so a lot of females, a lot of younger females, really need to listen to some of these older women, but a lot of younger females, they feel like they should go to the most expensive place when they first start seeing a guy, and it's realistic. And guys need to understand both of y'all need to have some limit. If you would not make her a wife, why in the world would you give her your body?
Mm.
If like, and they saying like a lot of dudes will say, "Oh yeah, I don't trust that hoe. She can't. No, I ain't gonna marry her." Okay, but you'll be ready to put kids in her though, for
Mm.
real.
Mm. Mm.
I mean, I'm just saying, like if you would not trust. Matter of fact, I do one better. Women value their bodies. They tend to value their bodies a whole lot more than their profession, what they make from their profession. I'm not going to say money because they will value a man's money more so than their own. However, men generally tend to value what they make, and women generally tend to value or place high value on their bodies. So the same limits that a woman would impose, a man needs to impose. If you wouldn't trust that chick with your money, why should she trust you with her body?
That's a good point. That's a good point. Hey,
And
Kane.
if you're not at that point yet, then you probably need to get to know each other just a little bit more before you go sliding up into somewhere that's probably got all kinds of bugs and critters in it. I'm just saying.
I got you. I got you. So look, Victor says he asks, I know y'all said no smash before marriage, but did you all do outside the box intimacy? And i.e. mouth play, hand play, etc. So I guess he's asking, can you do certain?
Hey, it's a honest question. I can go with that.
Hey, look, so he's asking, can you do other things besides actually going all the way? Is that fair game? So we'll start with you, Kane.
I'll let my wife answer that one. I'm gonna let her answer that one because
She
she'll
looking at
tell
you
you.
like, you mofo. But go ahead.
Because
I
she's
ain't
so
gonna
classy, I want her to answer.
I
Huh?
ain't gonna he did Copperfield.
Yeah, I did Copperfield a couple of times. I'm just saying. But
But
look,
we
go ahead,
but
dog.
we we try to definitely refrain from that. Now we ain't talking about or we ain't talking about, he just, copped a little feel. We ain't talking about, you know, but we really did try to hold out definitely until marriage. We really did.
All right, so I'm gonna say something that might be corny to a lot of people, and because like a couple of my homeboys called me corny for this. I did not want to touch April so much, um, because I valued her and I figured that she was worth the wait.
Mm.
And for me, if you can get to, because I had told her before, I was like, no, we just ain't doing it. We just ain't doing it. Can't do it.
You
Can't
deserve
get
a
it. Get
heart
in
for that.
there. Yeah, you deserve. You are worth the wait. Like honestly, like if
It was
I
one
mean, I'm
time
looking at this like from a spectrum. You won't supposed to say all that
I was
down
kind of begging for it.
there.
I would have leaped one. I was kind of begging for it, like, come on. And he's like, no, baby.
No, cause look, I'm trying to tell you, I don't know. Like you going in there, what if I done popped the look? What if I done popped the baby in there somewhere? You know, and I'm looking at this like in a spectrum. Like they're gonna look at her like a whore if she pops up with a baby.
So Facebook user
And
says,
I'm not using rubbers. It is what it is.
"Hey, that's a
I'm
Facebook user
just
says,
saying.
oh, you got to live together in my book before marriage. You can't buy a
No,
car
we
without
didn't.
test driving." But so hold on. You said, hey, the rubbers, the whole rubbers thing is out of the question.
No. Hey, out of the question for me. I'm saying you should, but it's out of the question for me. So I just rather not do it.
I got you.
It's
Unika
like drinking
says,
Diet Coke.
at home, how y'all feel about that? How y'all feel? Rubber or no rubber? Wait, how you going with that? Unika says now, Miss Smith says, what if it's whack and now y'all married and stuff? Not talking about y'all, but she's saying in the situation, if you hold it out,
That's tough.
and it's whack, and then next thing you know, what do you do?
Well, for me, and this is just me personally, I love sex, but sex isn't the most important thing to me when it comes to being with a person. It feels good, it's nice, but you kind of get creative and you would just make it work.
Okay.
Put that tongue to work or something.
All right.
But I'm just saying,
Facts.
get creative. You can definitely get
Mouth
creative.
work.
You know, everybody ain't got good dick. Everybody ain't got good pussy. I'm just gonna be honest with you. So, so if you really love that person and you cherish that person from in here, you're gonna make it work.
Okay.
However you do it, you're gonna make it work.
Okay.
And that's part of being committed.
So what I want to do right now, I want to back it up, because we're getting heavy on sexual topics. I want to touch relationships as a whole because we're going to have a show about sex. But tonight we're talking about relationships, so I want to back it back a little bit. Let's ask another relationship question. Does your partner have the right to know about their significant other's past? Does your partner have the right to know about your past? Bringing up the past, is that a yes or is that a no? I know for myself that was something that I had to stop doing in relationships. I had to stop asking about past situations. What happened here? What happened there? And things like that. Because what I was doing was just making myself angry. So I had to stop asking questions. So in a relationship at home, Miss Smith, Uncle Kane, is asking about past relationships or knowing about your partner's past. Is that a relationship? Do or don't? Either one can go with this one.
For me, to be honest, I never really thought about it as a do or don't. It's just something that me and Joshua would actually talk about. We would actually just talk about our past relationships in general conversation. And, Joshua kind of being the psychiatrist or the counselor or the therapist that he is. Okay, well, what did you learn from that situation? Did you learn anything? What was the outcome of it? I mean, it's just natural for us in communication from time to time. So it's nothing to where we get upset. It's nothing to where we get mad. We understand that everybody has a past.
Okay.
Everybody, you know.
So we're getting some people commenting on this one. Unika says, if that ex was a psycho, then I would like
Exactly. Facts.
So somebody said you don't. Then Facebook user says it depends. Jasmine Lenage says your past is called a past for a reason. Excuse me. Facebook user says I'd be open and accepting you both had a past. But does that person have the right to know? I feel like there's certain questions you should know, like you said about like if they were a psycho, what they did in their past, if it's anything crucial that you need to know.
Oh, I can give you a list.
As far as things like what did you used to do, sexual things like that, I think you're setting yourself up for failure, because you might
Why?
hear some things. You might, man, look, I'm a jealous type of person. Me, I can't handle
So
stuff. I'm jealous, man. And
who's
then
smashing now?
I get that. I get that. But I'm a jealous guy. A lady come and say, "Hey, yeah,
Me too.
I got it. I used to date a guy that used to call him Baby Tarzan." Like, man, look, I ain't trying to hear all that. So I done made myself mad for the next 2 months. I done made myself mad for the next 2 months. So some people can handle it. Some people can't.
we baby Tarzan. Oh, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's on you, man. How you feel about it? Facebook user says you just got to prepare for the answer because you might not like it. Exactly. Go ahead, bro.
I don't really care. Look, that's why I say it depends on, like, if it's just a relationship to you. Marriage is something like that people take for granted, and they don't really understand what it all entails. For me, and this is just me, I'm not going to say that everybody feels this way, but your wife is your best friend.
Exactly.
If people know outside of your house more than you know, then there's something either wrong with her or something wrong with you.
Bingo.
I kind of don't care. Like, that's why I asked. Like,
well, not to cut you off, we got some freaks in the house. Facebook user says, "Work it, Baby Tarzan." See, look at y'all.
Yeah, I was trying to ignore it.
Go ahead, finish up, bro.
But no, as far as the right, no, ain't nobody got a right to anything. Should you? Yeah, you should probably be open with the person that you say that you want to be together with all the time. You don't have a right to anything, like, to be honest with you. And that's where a lot of people get a lot of relationship stuff twisted. No, you don't have a right to anything. Just like men ain't gonna like this. No, you don't have a right to the woman's body. Should she give it to you? So you don't, so it don't add any extra problems? Then yeah, you probably should. However, it's all in who you're dealing with. But no, you don't have a right to the information about the past, but you should be open enough with each other to be able to talk about the past and realize that it is the past.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I do want to go to Uniquely Made. She made, this is a good question. Should a person disclose their body count? Now,
for what?
Before I was married, I will admit this, and people gonna call me an asshole for this. I dated a young lady. She was very nice, everything. I asked that question. I said, "What's your body count?" She looked at me like, "Why?" You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. And I repeated it again, like, "Come on, tell me." And she told me the number, and all she saw was tail lights from there. But look, that's another light. So, I mean, don't laugh at me, Kane. But should a person disclose their body count?
For what?
I agree.
I mean, like, look, it's chicks out here now that's been knocked down like 15, 30, 40 times a month, and they still don't know how to have sex. Like, can we be real?
That's true.
We got dudes smashing chicks left and right, still don't know how to use the pipe. Can we be real for a second?
Right.
You got some people that's their profession and they still don't know how to do it right. So how many times, how much does it matter? Like, I mean, if anything, you probably want the person that you with to be a little experienced, but it doesn't matter. Do y'all have any diseases? Because you can sleep with one person and catch HIV. It don't take but one person.
That's true.
It don't take but one dirty needle.
Jasmine Lanai said, "You asked a question that can't handle the truth." Hell no. What's the name of that movie? A Few Good Men. I couldn't handle the truth. I learned hell no. Sometimes you just.
But this is the thing. That's a good point that she brought up. You asked a question and you couldn't handle the truth. But guess what? At least you was able to make the decision
Right. Right.
because she was honest.
Right.
Now people can literally call you a butthole for that because you asked a question and she was
Right.
honest with you. You still gave her the deuces,
Tail lights, right? I'm out.
but at least she was honest and let you make that decision on your own.
Right. But I mean
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say this, and then we got to move on to the next one. We got one more question, but I mean that just goes to the double standard. Like women, sometimes I feel like if a woman says I slept with 25 guys, it's a frown, and then if a man says, "Hey, I slept with 100," he's the man. So I mean, that was younger thinking.
No, he's stupid.
That was, I mean, yes, that's stupid thinking. I mean, that was younger thinking of mine. I was
No, I'm talking about the dude. He's stupid. It took you 100 chicks to find one that felt right.
exactly. I mean, hey, but come on now. A lot of guys early in their lives, a lot of younger guys, that's the mentality. The more the more links in the chain, the more successful you are, you feel like the man, and things like that. But moving on, family and friends. This is the last question we're gonna do for the night before we wrap it up, man. I mean, time flies when you're having great conversation. I want to thank you guys again for coming on, but I'm gonna give you final thoughts in a second. But we're gonna go to this last question. Family and friends. Do you allow advice from your family and friends? So should people allow family to come in and give their opinions, to come and be in their relationship? I'll start with you, Uncle Kane. Should family and friends make decisions or be allowed to give opinions in relationships?
You already know that answer. Who's gonna say something about what's going on in my house?
But you a married
You
man
can
now.
pay one of these good. You can pay one of these good bills.
True. True. But now let's take it back to relationships. Like if you're starting a relationship, mom and dad, hey, look, this is what y'all should do. This is how we did things. Could some relationship advice be good advice?
Now that's different. Now I will say that's different. Like your mom, your dad. I don't say that they should have a say, so to speak. They don't make any decisions, but if they try to give you something, you can take some kind of critical opinion and maybe say, okay, well, this is helpful, this is not helpful. A lot of people fail because they don't want to listen to somebody that was older than them just because they don't feel that their opinion is worth anything. That's why you got a lot of dudes right now, a lot of females failing at life and failing at relationships because somebody tried to tell them something and it was something different than what they wanted to hear. So they rejected all of the knowledge that they could have gotten from it.
Right.
And I think that's dumb. Like I'm one of the top mechanics on the East Coast. I get advice from people that don't make as much money.
Mm.
I don't care who it comes from. You can take advice and filter it. Now, as
Right.
far as getting too far in, there's a limit. And if they're your friends and family, and I'm not talking about just by blood, if they're your friends and family, more often than not, they know not when to toe the line too far.
That's true.
I don't need you. I don't need you to. Oh, you need to leave your wife because such and such. Hold on. If you ain't a wife of my friend, you ain't mine either.
True.
If you're not a friend of my wife, you ain't mine either.
Man, Kane is preaching tonight, man. Kane is preaching. Hey, that's good. That's good stuff. Before I go to Miss Smith, I do want to say this one thing. One of my best friends, I remember getting into a relationship and things like that. And I started talking. I was like, hey, I'm dating and, this girl did this. He stopped me. He said, hey, I'm going to stop you right there. He said, I don't need to know all that. I don't need to know your business. First of all, you need to stop talking so much. You need to keep your business personal. And I always remember that. He's still one of my best friends to this day. I don't want to put his name out there. Hopefully he's watching the show tonight. But that was some of the best advice I ever got. He said, I don't need to know that. I don't need to know your personal stuff. Now, advice, like Kane said, I do believe advice can be taken and you can take advice with a grain of salt, but letting people in too personally, letting them in too close, I think that could be detrimental to a relationship. Miss Smith, it's on you. How do you feel?
An opinion is an opinion for a reason. And I
Right.
mean, you can take it if you want, and you have the choice to reject it. You know, a lot of people, especially family and friends, they do give advice or they do give opinions with the intent on helping. I mean, their intentions are good, but in the end, if you know that that advice is going to cause even a greater rift in your marriage or your relationship, then it's just wise not to take it. Like, hear them out, but you're not obligated to take it.
Okay. Thank you guys so much. Like, listen, we're coming up to the end of our show. Everybody at home, thank you so much for your comments. Thank you so much for tuning in with us. We definitely appreciate you. Don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend. KJ's World Unique Universe. Join the social group. We will have our own page on YouTube shortly, and I'll be sending you links out to YouTube. I want to thank Uncle Kane and I want to thank Miss Smith. They came in, they made the conversation fun, they made the conversation intriguing. They gave us great advice tonight. Thank you so much. Also, thank you to Miss Unica for, even though you couldn't be here on the show, we show love in the comments. We definitely appreciate you. Thank you so much. Hopefully she'll be back on next Thursday. And as far as Uncle Kane and Miss Smith, hopefully this won't be the last time we see them on KJ's World Unique Universe. We enjoy you so much. Thank you. Every time. This is the first time we had Miss Smith on. So thank you. You rocked it. You killed it. And Kane, every time you come on, man, it's a movie. Every time.
It's a movie, baby.
Every time you on the show, it's a movie. So I want to give you guys final thoughts to plug your businesses or anything about tonight's topic before we get out of here. Please, Miss Smith, start with you. Anything you want to say about tonight's episode or anything?
Well, this is my first time doing this, and yes, if you can tell, I am a little nervous. I didn't really say much, but I do thank y'all for making me feel comfortable with doing this. I really enjoyed the comments from you all. It's very good input, very good questions, even some questions that kind of had to make me think on some things. But also too, although me and Joshua, we kind of have more traditional old school values in which we learned from experience that really helped us. We do understand that people do things differently, so we don't judge, we don't put down, we don't mock, we don't belittle others for doing things differently. Because the thing about it is, we all are living in this life, we're all learning, we make mistakes, we make good choices and bad choices. But in this life, it's just a learning process in everything that we do.
Thank you
So I
so much.
appreciate y'all.
Elegantly put. You deserve a heart. All right, Kane. Hey, we got 1.5 minutes. What you got, man? Final thoughts, man. We appreciate you.
Shoot. Date with intent. If you're going to date, I think dating is dumb. But if you're going to date, if you're going to invest in somebody, invest with intention. You don't put money into a stock to see the stock fail. You want the stock to appreciate over time. And the same should be said for dating and relationships. You know what a bad investment is already. Whether you male or female, you know what a bad investment is already. And it's kind of counterintuitive to get tore up when, especially sometimes when some of these people get hurt from prior relationships because you knew what it was when you were going into it. So one big thing is to keep your eyes wide open. I'm not going to talk down to you or mock you or try to make you feel bad, but I will tell you the truth. One of the biggest things that a lot of people in relationships have to learn to do is to be honest.
Hey.
And that makes a successful relationship. God bless all of you.
Hey, thank y'all so much for coming on again. And everybody at home, don't forget, if you have any inquiries, anything like that, please hit us up at KJ's World Unique University gmail.com and watch us next Thursday night at 9 and be back with that fire. All right. See you then, guys. Peace.